Hey everyone, welcome to Painted. Sorry, my camera's falling everywhere. We're in a little bit of chaos right now. Nothing new. Okay, I am back. Glad to be back here. I haven't done a live in a couple days. The world keeps changing around us. Don't know what's happening from one moment to the next. So I've been just trying to catch up and keep up this week. For those who are not familiar, haven't heard the news yet, Illinois is going on full lockdown now. Oh, I've got like no light shining on me. You can't see me at all. Oh, maybe I need to put the ring light on. I've never used one of these, so maybe we'll just put it on and see if you all can see me a little better. Oh, that made the camera tip. That's not good. Maybe I just put it up there. There we go. That'll work for now. So back to the conversation so you can actually see me and we can talk. We are now going on full lockdown. Hi, Barb. Nice to see you. As of 5 o'clock tomorrow, Illinois is on lockdown, which means all non-essential businesses are closed. We will be shipping until they tell us we can't. We've already been closed to the public for about a week now anyway. So we're trying to keep up and take care of our customers as best we can. We will continue to ship and move product as we are allowed to. The nice thing about me being here in the studio is we're all very self-contained. This is my space. Nobody, like I said, nobody's really been in here other than delivery people, and they leave stuff by the front door. They don't come back here. So we're in good shape, fortunately. I will keep doing lives and keep sharing products and keep talking to you until we are no longer able to do that here in the studio, because I guarantee you it's not much fun to watch me putter around the house and make beds. So that obviously will not be a part of our new lives. But we will do what we can. And one of the things that we here at Painted did for you all is we created kits for you to do while you're on remote. We've done an Easter egg kit, a tile kit, and the one we're going to show today, which is the birdhouse kit. We bought birdhouses, and when we send them out to you, you'll receive paint and foil and adhesive and little sandpaper and all the instructions and whatever else is listed on the website that comes with each one of our kits. You will have a choice specifically for the birdhouses. You're going to have a choice of the pagoda. If you love this, order it right away, because I was only able to get a hold of one. We have the church, and I know some of you, we all need a little church right now. And we have the regular birdhouse. We have our castle, because we are going to be in our own personal castles for a couple weeks. And the lighthouse to bring us home to shore after all of this crazy comes. So I prepped a couple. I happen to have a couple already here in the studio that I had worked on a while ago. Never really got around to finishing. So we've prepped them up and made them ready to go for what we're doing with the kits, so you kind of get an idea of how we're going. Now, I got to tell you, it's been such a cuckoo day today. I'm not really very well organized. The birdhouses are in my hot box. My scrubbers are over here. My scissors are over here. We've taken in a bunch of shipment, and we had a whole lot of shipment to get out today because we knew this is coming and people need to get what they paid for. So I apologize for being ahead of time for being a little scattered, or a little more scattered than usual. Be patient with me, people, please. I beg you, please. So give me a second. I'm going to run back to the hot box and grab the birdhouses that we have heating up and getting ready for us to shoot you for the demo here. And on my way back, I'm going to grab a couple scrubbers for foils, etc. Give me just a second, everybody. Alrighty, so I've got my birdhouses here. Hang a sec, scrubbers. And we got some scrubbers. Okay, so a couple of months back, I had done this birdhouse, and I did it with stain, because I was demoing the stain that I carried, and it worked beautifully. but it's not what I wanted for the undercolors for a birdhouse. So today I repainted it. The roof is in metallic taupe set coat. The body is in navy blue metallic set coat. And as you can see, there's a pattern on here, and we rolled our wonderful Artsyville texture medium on here months ago. Rolled a pattern roller through it to give it this kind of shingly mermaid scale roof. Nothing complicated. If you haven't seen how I did this, I will probably share more of these things as we go through the next couple of weeks. But right now, if you want to know how I did this, that video is posted both on this page and on YouTube under Painted Studio or Maury Curtis Dunbar. Feel free to look up either one. And then we also had this house, and this was just an odd house that I was able to find. I didn't bring those in. It was just one. This is not necessarily my favorite shape, but it'll work for this demo. So what I've done is I have applied our Artsyville foil adhesive, yay, over our cured set coat in metallic taupe on the roof and around the base. Now I'm going to angle down so we can go see. Let's see if I can get that up a little higher so it's better. Sorry. Oh, that Facebook didn't like that. It kind of did a weird, like, stop shaking your camera thing on me. Alrighty, and I need to push this back a little bit. There we go. Like I said, I'm a little disorganized today. It has nothing to do with any of you. It just has to do with all this shutdown stuff, and we are just trying to get everything set up so that we can do the best we can for as long as we can. And for those who are not familiar, also, we are on lockdown here in Illinois until April 7th. So anything that you see that we've posted about April 1st, you got to push it back to whatever the state says. It's April 7th. I'm going to open up my Facebook page and my business page here so that if you all are asking questions and I can't see, I want to make sure that I can talk to you, and maybe I want to check to make sure the volume's down on my iPad too, so that I don't have to hear myself yelling in the background. Okay, here we go. Let's see, I got it. I may not see every once in a while, Facebook does not like, there we go. Yay, I got it going. I'm so excited. Okay, so for this birdhouse, the first thing I did is, like I said, I put the Artsyville foil adhesive on the roof and around the base, and I actually put it on the little bird stand here. And so what we're using for the roof, and I haven't shown, I tend to be really colorful, so this is a challenge. I'm challenging myself to go a little more organic in my color choices. So what we're going with right now is this is our gorgeous spotted champagne foil. And I love this. Now this is not a fabric friendly foil. So if you want to do our fabric foil adhesive with this pattern, it will stick, but I can't guarantee it'll hold up in the wash because this is not made to be put in the washing machine. So again, foil has a pretty side and a not pretty side. I shouldn't say ugly, but a not pretty side. So it's always the not pretty side to your surface. First thing I do is I tap it on here, and then I smooth it down with my hand. Now, I could normally, on a smooth surface, I could probably just get away with buffing this with a cloth. However, this is not a smooth surface. You saw I created a texture on here. So I gotta go in here, I'm going in with my little toothbrush. And that doesn't feel like it's pushing it down far enough, so I'm taking my Clorox toilet bowl scrubber. No, I've never used it to scrub a toilet. I got that going. Okay, so I'm going to stick it to the edge here, and I'm going to stick it to this back edge right here. And I did put foil adhesive all the way around and under the roof eaves and everything. So, because, you know, this is meant to hang up, even if you don't hang it outside, you don't want to look down and see ugliness. Now you can see, because it's super textured, I didn't get a great release here. So I'm going to put it back down, and I'm going to start working it out from the center with my fingers to make sure it really sticks. So I'm going to get all that spot that really didn't get adhesion because I put it down so snugly and smoothly, it only grabbed to the high spots. So let's do that. And I'm already getting a better release. And I'm probably going to go in because, again, I got a weird texture on this, or a challenging texture. I shouldn't say weird. I'm the one who put it on there. But instead of smoothing the whole thing down, I'm going to come back in with my brush and just sort of scrub into those details. Now, if I can over scrub this, because if you've ever over scrubbed your foil, what happens is that it dulls on the places. If you put a foil down and then you put a foil over it again trying to patch a spot, if you over scrub in a big way, you'll get dull spots on your foil that you released the first time. Just is what it is. And now I have a much nicer release on there. Oh, that's good. I'm really happy with that. Now I have some of the base color and stuff showing through, which I knew was going to happen. That's why I picked the paint color I did, so that it would work really well. And eventually I might even glaze this to make it even more dynamic in the showing of the pattern. All right, so since we learned from that other one, this is the other side, and I'm going to slowly work this in with the brush. And you're noticing I'm swirling, which is something I normally don't do because it would show on other stuff, but these are so close in colors that I don't have to worry about that. All right, let's see how we're going. Oh yeah, and as you can see, this time I got a better release because I did actually shove down into the surface to make sure I got other areas. Now that doesn't mean I don't have to go in again and backfill a second time because there's a lot of surface area to cover with this. So I'm just going to come in. And you can see if it's grabbing, that means there's still adhesive exposed for this foil to grab onto. Yeah, look how nice that came out. Oh, I like that so much better. And I got to go on the edges. And sometimes I just do these areas like with my fingernail because it actually is a little more controlled release. I don't have to guess if I've hit that area because I can feel it under my fingertips. And I love this spotted champagne. It's so pretty and it's got such an elegant look to it. So how are you all doing with the restrictions on travel and daily life and stuff like that? Who all is still able to get out and go about? And who is really hunkering down and not able to do anything? I know my California friends are sort of in the hunker down, I can't do anything. So look at that. Oh gosh. Now if you want to get a kit like this for yourself, we have them available at paintedstudio.com, and they are in the gifts to go section. You have multiple choices. I showed the birdhouses earlier, but you do have multiple choices for the birdhouse that you'd like. Plus, we have an Easter egg kit, and we have a epoxy tile kit. So all of those are available for you. They've all been priced to be friendly, under $35. The most expensive one's $34.95, and that's because of the epoxy. The others, I think, are $25 and $19 or something along those lines. Don't ask me to remember the prices. I've been inputting data all day, and I'd probably tell you the price of a doorknob if I actually tried to do something like that. Now, the cool thing is, your foil releases are always going to be imperfect. It's the nature of the foil, the beast. It's a product that is going to break and shift on surfaces that are not perfectly smooth, and even on those you're going to get some irregular release spots, but that's part of the beauty of this product. But if you don't like how your foil released, put another coat of foil adhesive on it and go back at it a second time. I've done that plenty of times if I wanted a more flawless release. And when I say release, what I'm saying mean is that the product on the back of this film releases onto the surface. And I'm sorry, I keep sliding it back where it's easier to work on for me, and then you all don't get to see it. And if you notice, I didn't really even try to sand these. I was really, really lazy when I did these the first time, so I'm paying the price for that now. I will include, there is sandpaper included in your kits, and I highly suggest you take advantage of some of that sandpaper. It will make your results way nicer. Because I'm gonna have some very coarse texture on here thanks to the fact that I didn't bother to sand. And I have nobody to blame but myself. So I'm not. If I didn't do it, it's my own damn fault. I got a little spot there that needs some release and it doesn't want to let go. Now, when you apply foil adhesive to any surface, it should be allowed to cure for a good hour. We push this, and there are a couple spots that it's fighting me for it. My own. Again, like I said, I'm pushing it. I know what I'm doing that's causing this problem. That's why I changed my application methods with different fingers and foils, scrubbers, and all that stuff. But for the best release, let this dry, the foil adhesive dry, for an hour before you do it. Now, it'll never actually come dry, non-sticky. It will always have an adhesive quality to it, even after, you know, a year. So it always has to be top coated. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I actually foiled the little stand where the birds are supposed to stand on. And I'm just releasing the foil on that area too. So we've got this cute gold roof, and I did under here. I'm trying to feel if it's going to need a second coat, because this was really, really rough under here. And like I said, I was lazy. I didn't sand it. Yeah, I got to put a second coat of paint on, second coat of adhesive under there to get the edges. I'm not happy with how that is releasing in that spot, but so we'll go with that. So you can see I did the roof first so that I could grab the body of the house just to be able to work on it. Now, the next thing I'll do is I'll foil the body of the house. And if I wanted to, I could foil this a second time, then come back and do the body. It's up to you, however you like to lay things out. But just don't try to put foil adhesive on the whole thing and then try to put two different foils on it, because you're going to have your foil stick in different places and you're going to have a lot of really awkward things happen. All right, so I'm going now. I've got, if you can see, I have a jar here that says foil adhesive on it. When I use my gallon can that's over here, it's thick. So you don't thin in the can, but in this product can be thinned about 10 to 15% with some water, depending on how thick it's gotten. It'll never be super liquid. It does not self-level. So to reduce brush strokes, now I'm doing fine with it here because I've thinned it and it's leveling well. But straight out of the can, it's not going to level. If I wanted it to level, I'd roll it on, lightly mist it with water, and let it settle a little bit. If I needed to, I could brush it even to get the water into the surface. Or you do what I do, which is create a second jar of foil adhesive, add 10 to 15% water, and it just flows a little easier, which I personally find that for small projects, I'd rather work out of a jar like you see me doing here. It just, I don't lose as much product going back and forth between plates. If I was rolling it, yeah, I'd be pouring it out and putting a roller through it. But if I'm brushing it with a small clean art brush, I'm just dipping into the jar I have set aside so that I don't lose half of my product in pouring it out and putting it back in the container. Getting all the way down to the edges. I don't worry if I hit underneath, because why? Because I'm going to have to refoil that anyway. I need to put more adhesive under there, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm going to do all of this. And you can see right now I'm kind of working against the grain, which is not the way you normally work on anything wooden. But I need to get at certain areas, and if I put it on really heavy against the grain, then it makes it much easier for me to brush with the grain, because then I have enough product to move it and it doesn't just grab and not want to flow and move across the surface the way I need it to. And I'm going all the way up under the eave because I want to put my foil all the way up under there. So how is everybody doing? I'm not, nobody's talking. You're all so quiet. You make me nervous when you get quiet like that. Tell me what's going on where you live. I'm always filling you in on my stuff, so tell me what's going on where you live. How is everybody handling it? Are you home with family? Are you bringing in family? You all nesting in together? You visiting parents in nursing homes through windows? I've seen some pretty fun pictures of that. Unfortunately, my mother-in-law is had a nasty fall about 2 weeks ago, and they had her in the hospital. And now, because of the coronavirus, she's actually in full quarantine, as is the entire retirement community. And so we were supposed to visit her, and that didn't happen because we couldn't get in. And I think she's a little anxious because she forgets a lot of things, and it's hard for her. All right, I'm going to go throw things around. I'm going to go throw this back into the hot box, and I'll be back because we're going to be working with another foil on the body of this baby. So a lot of you know that I am an Artsyville distributor, and Artsyville is now the carrier distributor for V-Mask foils. So I have got a whole bunch of new and very cool foils coming in very soon. Okay, so we're gonna play with Woodhaven because I haven't used that a lot. This may be a little challenging given the size of this because I need to use it's a linear pattern, and I gotta wrap it around something. And I'm hoping I cut the right height and don't screw myself up with this. Okay, so I've cut a strip of Woodhaven. Again, less pretty side, very pretty side. Now the film that V-Masks, which is what this one is, and the Champagne Mist or Spotted Champagne foil is, they come on a slightly hazed film. So that means that it's never quite as good looking on the roll as it actually is on the surface. So I'm gonna put this down here, lay it down as carefully as I can. I'm gonna kind of tuck it a little bit up under here. And let's see how we release. Again, I didn't sand this, so this could be pretty bad. All right, I am using my scrubbier brush, my stiffer bristled brush, because I know this is going to be a tight surface that needs a little more aggressive attack on applying the foil because it's rough. But if I see this right here, let me show this to you. See where it's whitish versus darker? This whitish area means that I've pushed this down to the surface and it's releasing the foil right to the surface. So I'm always happy when I see that sort of white haze show up when I'm scrubbing, because that means it's releasing properly. Now again, I forced the time on this, so I don't have the best cure on my adhesive right now. You should let it sit for at least an hour to give it a good hard tack so that it will release the best. Because if you do this when it's too soft and gummy and pull the foil, you can actually rip the paint off of the surface and the foil adhesive as opposed to actually releasing the foil. Oh my gosh, look at, look at that. That's Woodhaven, but folks, look how cute that is. Oh, that's gonna make the best birdhouse. Oh, I'm so excited. Love that, love this. All right. Here we go. Let's get this on here. And if you would please, let me ask everybody to, the new S word for videos is sprinkle them. Facebook doesn't like the other word that is printed when you have a button there to forward it to another group or another page. They don't like us to use that word on videos. So now the new word is sprinkle. So I'm asking everybody to sprinkle the video wherever it's acceptable and wherever it won't get you in trouble. So there we go. That's, oh, I'm so excited. This is releasing like, oh my gosh. Look how pretty that is. Oh, love this, love this, love this. This is gonna make such a pretty birdhouse. All right, I need to take the label off my hand. And then I'll get another little piece here. And we'll go do the front. And then we're gonna put foil adhesive on that and bring back the other birdhouse. Now, I was gonna do the other birdhouse in a cracked copper base, but at the moment I cannot find that roll of foil because I've been doing so many foils around here lately that I put things down and then I can't find them again. So let's see if I like my option that I've picked, because I just literally just grabbed it. I didn't look, I just grabbed. Oh yeah, look at that. This is so gorgeous. I don't know why I don't use this foil more. Probably because I'm a dork. How about that? How's that for an answer? I should use this foil more because if I don't, I'm a dork. I'm going right down to these edges, which is where I'm missing on a lot of spots. Right down in here, so I got to move the foil back and shift. And just so everybody knows, tomorrow our live will be on the Artistic Painting Studio page. I will probably be showing one of my other foiling crafts there, one of my other kits that we have set up. I'm not sure which one, but probably will do so. So if you want to see what the other kits do and what they look like, watch me tomorrow on the APS, on Artistic Painting Studio page. And for those who have not gotten announcements about the last few lives, the app that we use to announce lives that allowed everybody to sign up is having some changes going on, and we're still trying to figure out which ones apply to us. So like I was able to get stuff out today, no problem. But it was not letting me post notifications, or I was sending them. I did a test today. I sent them in 2 different ways. One worked, one didn't. So hopefully we're starting to work out some of those issues. I think, no, don't put it that way, Maury. This is all vertical. If you turn it horizontal, you'll get a funny stripe in there. Get down in here. Just didn't like the way it released right there with the toothbrush. I need a little further, stiffer brush in there. Now, during tomorrow's live, you'll probably see my very tall son here with me. His business is closing up for same reasons everybody else's are, and so he's agreed to come over here and help me tomorrow, because if we're going to be closed, it makes sense to use the time to clean up things. So look at how cute this is. Oh gosh, this is so cute. I mean, just in the black alone, but we're going to foil the roof too. So I'm going to take my Artsyville foil adhesive, not out of that can. Where's my jar? I throw, this is my life every day. I throw so much stuff into corners. I'm trying to do so many things at once that I keep losing stuff. All right, so now I have my brush. I think I actually have a bigger brush. We might go a little faster with a bigger brush. I'll just use this one for the base. Now, because I put the foil on here, again, I have an area that I can grab onto without sticking my fingers into adhesives. And now I'm just brushing around the base. Oh yeah, that's working. And as you can see, people ask me how I do this. How do I get up to the edge without flipping it up here? Well, there's a little, I use the edges. I shouldn't say it's a trick, but it takes practice. But I just tuck my bristles in up at the edge here. Let's see if I can show you up close, get in there. Do it so I can turn this so I can get it so you can all see it. So I just basically tuck my bristles up in here on the edge and they actually will guide my stroke. Because if I don't, as long as I don't shove the brush up against the edge, we're good. So that little corner right there is where I shove my bristles in, and I use them to guide it around. Am I perfect? No, because I already got a blob right there that happened from me trying to do it while I was talking. But it's all correctable. Alrighty. So I got those edges done. And again, because this was rough and I didn't sand it, I know that I may have some adhesive that just wants to shove down in those pores and not grab properly. So this might need a second coat. And then I have the roof. I'm gonna use a bigger brush, it takes less time. I mean, how exciting is it to watch me brush adhesive on a surface? I mean, it's not like it's even transforming it. This is a different stage. It's just, we're putting glue on. Specialized glue, yes, but we are just basically brushing on glue. And this is water-based for those who are not familiar, so it washes out of your brushes and your hands and everything with no problem. This is not a foil adhesive to use on clothing. It's not machine washable. It will not keep your foil on your clothes. We have different foil adhesives for that, and they work beautifully. So do not hesitate to go to paintedstudio.com and look up the different foils and adhesives. As soon as the new foils come in, we will post those online too, and hopefully we will be able to send them out. I think they're coming on Monday. So obviously I will be here on Monday, even if the rest of the world is nowhere near us, because I have to make sure I get that delivery, because I can't even ask my neighbors to take it anymore because they're not going to be here. My neighbors have always been awesome. We share deliveries with each other. If I'm not here, they take my deliveries. If they're not here, I take theirs. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay, so I put foil adhesive over the whole thing. I'm going to go try not to spill the jar. Fortunately, it was nearly empty. And then I'm gonna go stick this in. We'll bring the other one back. So here we have the other one back. It's looking very good. The adhesive is dried. Now it's a little tackier than I would normally choose to work on because it's only been in the hot box for a short time. But we are going to use this foil, I think, since I don't have the copper foil I was going to use. I've misplaced it. It's here in the studio somewhere. We're going to use this one, and this one is called Dappled Gold. Again, this one is not fabric foil, so if you wanted to use it on your clothing, don't even think about washing it because it probably won't hold up in the washing machine. Oh, the things we all learn. Okay, so I've got the Dappled Gold. And we're going to, I think we're going to start on the back because that's the easiest for you all to see. And then I don't have to fight the peg in the front right away. All right, so I'm tapping this in, gently placing it, moving the foil down, giving it a scrub. And I know that when I pull this off, I'm going to see the color underneath. It's going to be gorgeous. Oh, thank you for saying kind things about my birdhouses. That's very sweet. I appreciate it. So here we go. Here's the first pass. We're going to see how the release is, and I'm going to start with the softest scrubbing tool I have, which is these toothbrushes. This is, by the way, is a stiff toothbrush from the dollar store, but it's limited in the word stiff, as in the stiff bristles are the short ones on the inside and the softer ones are in the outside. So to get the stiff ones, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to trim these bristles so they're all the same, because the soft bristles are not anywhere near as effective. Well, I know I'm getting good release because I'm having the foil right here. You can see that foil rippling. It's actually transparent. You can't, it's hard to show it on camera, but it's actually transparent. So that means it's left all the gold under there on the surface. Let's see. Let's see what I'm going to pull back. It needs a little more up in there. Let me get in there with my fingernail. Oh yeah, that's cute. Oh, and it did not want to do what I wanted it to do. Sorry, I almost knocked over the adhesive again. So you can see it's modeled and it's very cute, but it's not still as opaque as I'd like it. So I'm coming back with my foil, I'm putting it down, and I'm taking the heavier brush. And this will get into some of the other crevices that I wasn't able to get into with the softer brush. I knew that might happen. We said it at the very beginning. So we're just doing what we can. And I like that. See, you get a little bit of unevenness. I might come in, it almost has, because I did two directions, it has almost a crosshatch look. So let me come back in here and do that across it because I like the way that looked. Actually, that look is almost like the outside of my store. So how cool is that? Look at that. Again, it's a flawed release, but I love that. And I'm not a perfection person. I don't believe in perfection. I think it's a lot of work. What material do I use to obtain the Modern Masters transfer? It's not Modern Masters. These are foils. They're foils that we carry here in the studio. I do not carry Modern Masters product. Just because that I had other products that were what I wanted to carry more. And don't get me wrong, Modern Masters makes great products. They're just not what I was interested in carrying at the time. The foil adhesive is our Artsyville foil adhesive. We've used Set Coat in metallic taupe underneath and metallic metallic navy blue. And then we applied, this foil is Dappled Gold. So I just love this. God, I just love this release. And I love that it's imperfect. It's just so pretty. I mean, just look at that. It's imperfect, it's irregular, and it's so pretty. If I don't like right here, see right here, where I'm having a release issue right there, that's the edge of a piece of wood. And so it needed to be sanded smoother so that the release would be better. And I already told y'all, I did these, I never sanded them. I'll see if I can get a little more release with my fingernail right here. You know, don't do what I did on this, just sand yours. You buy these kits, sanders. Don't not sand them, because I made my own life harder by not sanding. All right, let's get in here. Look at this. Oh, I love this. And again, we are using APS foil adhesive or Artsyville foil adhesive. And all of these products that you're seeing me use are available at paintedstudio.com, or you can buy a kit from us on paintedstudio.com for a birdhouse. And you have your options of the types of birdhouses. They are the, sorry, let me do this first. They are the lighthouse, the house, the church, the pagoda, the castle, and the lighthouse. God, I just love how that released. I just love that really soft, irregular look of a light foil over a dark color. And again, I'm being really aggressive with my scrubbing. Why? Because I didn't sand this, so I gave myself a harder texture to work a foil release over than, you know, most normal thinking people do. That wasn't me when I started this, and obviously I didn't bother to correct it today because we were cuckoo. All right, so I think because I've used so much of the back of this, it doesn't look all released on the front, but if you look at the back, you can see how much I've released. So I actually do need another piece because I'm not going to get any good transfer on a piece that's that used up. So let's put that up in there. Let's get it down here. I'm going to, because I'm working around the dowel that supports the bird, even if you never actually have a bird on it, it becomes a little challenging right here. So I'm not trying to flatten the foil. I'll have to come back and sort of manipulate the foil around that to make sure I've got a full release. All right, I've shoved it down with the toothbrush, and I'm coming back in with the scrub brush. And so you've got pretty good release, but now I got to get to that other area down here that was under the dowel, because that has to have its release too. God, it sounds like I'm talking about a porn star. Okay, so I've got this released in the front. I've got it released in the back. I'm going to come back in. I think I'm just going to work some of these areas that are a little thin. I mean, just look how cute that is. I've got this sort of patinaed, dappled gold over navy here, and then I have my textured roof. And then I'm going to do this way. Well, actually, I'm going to get the other birdhouse. We're going to finish both birdhouses, and we'll talk about the rest. Okay, I'm back with the other one. No, I just still can't just. This looks fab the way it is. You don't have to do another thing. I, on the other hand, who cannot control myself, we're gonna do our great new leopard. Now this is translucent, so it'll be much more subtle on, you can see actually a little bit through it. I don't know if the camera's catching that or not, but if I hold this, I can see my hand through this. So it's very cool. And what this does over a dark color is the pattern release is very, very subtle. Cut a piece. This is our cheetah gold foil. Now, when you order a kit, unless you specify one or two patterns of foils, you will not get anything other than what I choose for you. So there's a spot when ordering that there's a little note, and you can mark in there whatever foils you want from the website. Hi Barb, I was just actually answering that question. What foils come in the kit? The foils that come in the kit are up to you as long as you choose something. Otherwise, you're going to leave it to me. There is a notation part in our ordering process, and it tells you this even on the website when you're looking at the orders, to note in the comments box what foils you would like to have, and then I will send you that. If you do not make that, or if you don't give me any color preferences at all, I'm just going to pick it. Now, we all know I can pick a little crazy, so definitely choose what you want, unless you just love my weird combinations. Oh. Okay, let me get this one little spot. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. That came out as well as I could have hoped for. All right, so I got to get the bottom of this. I'm going to come in here, and this is going to be a little iffy because there's some white spots still here where the foil adhesive hasn't dried. So I don't know what's going to happen. I hope I don't rip it all the way down to the wood. Nope, it's doing just fine. And look how, you can see on the back of the foil how nice the release is. If I put it down this way, you can see that's the whole roof that I wrapped it around down here. And then over here, the release is so nice and clear. This is part of the floor base. It's so cute. Thank you, Yarla. I'm sorry, forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong. I'm looking at it a little funny. Yaroslav? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, forgive me. Thank you for the kind words. I love foils, and I love creating. I don't wear pattern on pattern, but boy, do I love creating looks that are pattern on pattern. I figure I'm busy enough as it is. If I get too many patterns on me, I might blind somebody. So I have, so much fun doing these things. And we will continue to ship as long as we can. We will continue, I'm working alone here in the studio except for my son. When he comes over, my husband, he's doing all the shipping for me, taking everything to be sent out because I'm not exposing myself to the public any more than I have to right now. I'm one of the people who is being protected by the shutdown. I'm nothing special. I'm just like anybody else with, any kind of autoimmune disorder. I happen to have rheumatoid arthritis, so that means I need to do shutdown. I have to be a good girl, like so many other people. And this is hardly new information that those who are with weaker immune systems need to be more careful. And there we go. All right, look how cute this is. Oh my God. That is just awesome. We got the cheetah roof. We've got the Woodhaven body. I'm loving this. Now, because I can't go quite this calm. It makes me nervous. We're going to take a little bit of our gold dust. Now see how this grabs, because this is glass, so I don't know if this is going to grab well or not. I usually do this with other kinds of glitter. Oh yeah, it's grabbing. So any place where there's a little foil adhesive exposing, if you sprinkle glitter on it, it grabs it. So you get this nice glittery effect with not a lot of work. I mean, how fun is that? That's already, look at a little shimmer glitter on there. Hey David, nice to see you. So, of course, we're gonna glitter the roof a little too, because God knows I can't stay away. My whole floor in this place is covered with glitter, so why should anything else be different? I can't let something go not glittered. And I like this because you can see it's kind of grabbing patchy, and it looks I don't know if it looks as good to you on camera as it does to me in person. What I'm seeing is it looks a little rougher on camera. But really what it does here is it just looks very organic. It's kind of grabbing into where the foil adhesive penetrated into the grain of the wood, but that the foil didn't grab. So we get this sort of irregular, streaky, grainy look to it. So look at that. Hey, Rama, nice to see you. So look how cute these are. Now this is, this particular house isn't one of the kits. This one is. And of course, like I said with the other one, because I can't leave well enough alone, we're gonna, and glitter comes in your kits. We're gonna do a little ash colored glitter on this. Why? Because I can. It makes me happy. Okay, so I'm gonna sprinkle. And again, I have already put the foil on here, so I'm just basically taking the glitter, sprinkling it on the surface, rubbing it with my fingers, because now I'm distributing it into the cracks where the glue is that hasn't been coated with foil. So this grabs on really nicely. And then I'm going to do all the sides, and then I'll do the roof. It's way easier to do the sides and the bottom first. That side, I got that side. Didn't get that side. I knew I missed one side. I didn't get the back. So I went to the doctor yesterday just to get a standard checkup, and most of you know I'm 56, and I said, please tell me that I am not losing my mind and that my memory loss is due to menopause. And he's like, well, you remembered to show up here, so that was a good thing. I didn't tell him I drove past it 3 times trying to get to him. Yeah, I'm a genius. Oh, look at how that is. Now I'm gonna take my toothbrush because it wants to grab in a couple places that I don't want it to grab. And if I turned it upside down, it was all pooling right in here. So if I turned it upside down, I'd dump all that glitter that I was not moving across the surface right onto the table, which if you look underneath me, it's already covered anyway, so I don't know why I care, but I do. All right, so let's move that a little with my fingers, and then I'm gonna move it with the toothbrush because we've got this textured surface that makes it hard for me to just rub it with my fingers. Okay, so here's birdhouse number 2. And again, we've got the blue base with the dappled gold. And this is from a distance, this is a much less contrasty looking birdhouse than this one is. But look how cool the two are. I mean, this is really, you can do all kinds of stuff. So check on our website, paintedstudio.com, look up the kits. If you have specific foils that you see listed on our website that you want for your birdhouses, list them in the comment box when you order. I will make sure you get those foils, and I will make sure that there are appropriate base colors to go with them. So I hope everybody is staying safe, staying healthy. Hang on, I'm going to flip it up so we can talk to each other. Again, please sprinkle the video. I appreciate you all taking time on your Saturday to be here. I'm going to be around. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to ship stuff out, but at least if I can come over here and create a project, I will do so. The kits are all on paintedstudio.com under gifts to go. You will see the birdhouses, the Easter eggs, and the tile kits. Now, I will be, reminder again, I will be live tomorrow on the APS site, Artistic Painting Studios Facebook page. We will do either the eggs or the epoxy tile, probably the tile, tomorrow on that live. So definitely keep an eye out. I will try to make sure that our notifications work right if you've subscribed. It's Friday, darling. Yes, I know. Tomorrow I am an APS retailer on Jennifer Ferguson on Saturday, and I think I'm scheduled for 4 o'clock. I'm probably going to make it as brief as possible because we go on lockdown at 5, and I don't know how aggressive they're going to be on the first night of a lockdown getting people out of their businesses. Anyway, have a wonderful night, everybody. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay home, maybe stay a little tipsy, and stay crafty and creative. Don't hesitate to leave a question. If I didn't answer something clearly on the video, don't hesitate to post the question here. I will go through them. If I missed a comment and didn't answer something, again, I go through them. And once I've posted this, I list all the materials that we used. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.